Hi everybody. Okay, so today I'm reviewing Emunah with Love and Chicken Soup by Sara Yoheved Rigler. It's the story of Rebbetzin Henny Machlis, the Brooklyn-born girl who became a Yerushalayim legend. So this is one of my all-time favorite books. I probably read it once every couple of years, and I get inspired by it. And there's just so much wisdom in here and so much inspiration and chizuk that, something else will strike me every time I read it. And it has some really beautiful pictures of Henny in here, which I really love. Okay, so let's get into this book. So it starts off with, Henny's story of where she came from, and it really puts, there's an emphasis on the Shabbos queen and how much she loves Shabbos. Henny used to invite, she probably hosted thousands of people in her small, normal, Maladafna apartment. And she was just known for her incredible hachmasas orchim and her real ahavas Yisrael and her love for everybody. So what I love here is that Sara Yoheved Rigler puts in these in her footsteps. It says, I first went to the Machlis family about 12 years ago. I was so taken in by the way they did Shabbos. My heart expanded when I saw what they did. And it shows how different people are, getting chizuk from Henny and how they live their lives, which is really nice. Just different nuggets of how you could take such an incredible person and take something for yourself. And then, she has so many stories from different people, just really incredible. I also really love here's another beautiful picture. So she has a lot of things of Henny's Torah teachings, which is, here it says, we're just a conduit for Hashem's goodness. In Tehillim it says, Hashem performs justice for the oppressed, gives bread for the hungry, frees the bound. We think that we're doing the chesed, but it's not our chesed. It's Hashem's chesed. We want to be the conduit for Hashem's goodness in this world. So this is really just, I think, verbatim from maybe tapes that she got from Henny of the way she used to teach Torah. And so that it's also a really great way to just not just learn, from stories of her, but to actually learn her Torah and what she used to say to people. I really love, there's a whole chapter on chinuch and raising children, on her approach, because she had a very large family. And she really goes into her approach for everything, which I really love. There's a whole chapter on love of Torah, the different mitzvos that she was involved with. There's a fun chapter on shidduchim and different, out of the box shidduchim that she made. So if you love that, new podcast, Stories of Hope, probably love this chapter. Matches out of the box. And it talks about how she got there, and how, what I really love about Sara Yoheved Rigler is that she talks about how the Henny that you knew at the end of her life was not the same Henny when she was newly married. She gives a really specific story about when she was first married and how something was stolen from her house by a guest, and she was so upset about it, and she filed the police report. And that didn't seem to be the Henny that they knew, later on as an adult who, over the years, everything was stolen and she didn't care. And it really shows her midos development. And I really love that, because sometimes we can read stories of great people and memoirs and biographies and think, like, how could I ever attain that? And realize that what you're reading is the end of their life and looking back at it. And I really think that Sara Yoheved Rigler does a fantastic job of showing how Henny grew over the years as well in different midos. So this is an absolutely beautiful book. If you're, the reason I'm posting this now is because it's really great for a long Shabbos afternoon read. It's an easy read. It's not dense, but there's a lot in here. This one is about Emunah, which is also good. Elul is coming up. And then at the end, it also talks about how Henny did struggle at the end. She was very sick. And her relationship with the different Rabbanim and the different people who are helping her. And it does end in, her Shiva and talking about that. So, I get inspired every single time, and I hope that you enjoy this book. If you have read it, please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't, please go get it. The link is in the comments. Please like and subscribe to help me bring more Jewish book reviews. Thank you so much.